Once upon a time, in the small and cozy town of Bubbleton, lived two very curious siblings, Ellie and Noah. Ellie, the older sister, had the brains of a budding scientist with glasses perched on her nose and always carried her trusty notebook. Noah, her younger brother, was the adventurous one with an endless imagination and a knack for getting into peculiar situations. One bright and sunny afternoon, Ellie and Noah were playing in their grandpa's workshop, filled with peculiar inventions. There they stumbled upon a dusty old bottle with a label that read, "Bubble-O-Matic Potion, handle with care." With excitement buzzing between them, they decided to see what it could do. "Let's make the biggest bubble ever," said Noah, his eyes sparkling. Ellie, ever the skeptic, adjusted her glasses. "All right, but let's be careful. We'll just use a tiny bit." With that, Ellie poured a drop of the mysterious potion into a mix of soapy water. Noah dipped a big bubble wand into the solution and blew with all his might. Much to their surprise, a gigantic shiny bubble emerged, shimmering in all colors of the rainbow and spreading magic glitter around the room. "Wow!" they both exclaimed in unison, marveling at its beauty. But before they knew it, the bubble began to grow. The bubble swelled like a great big balloon until it snugly encapsulated both Ellie and Noah, lifting them off their feet and out of the open window. "Whoa, we're floating!" shouted Noah as they bobbed higher into the sky. "Oh no, how do we stop?" panicked Ellie. The siblings floated above Bubbleton, and the houses became smaller and smaller as their journey took them higher and higher into the sky. They soared over the glistening river, past shimmering fields, and even above fluffy white clouds where birds looked at them curiously. As they floated aimlessly, Ellie began to think, "If this bubble doesn't pop, we might reach space. We have to figure out how to come back down." Noah, however, was having the time of his life. "Look, it's like the whole world is our playground." Ellie rolled her eyes but couldn't resist a smile. "All right, let's focus. Since this bubble isn't popping, maybe we can find a way to steer it. Perhaps we could redistribute our weight by moving to one side." Together, they cautiously waddled side by side. The bubble gently drifted downwards and eastwards, over to familiar sights they recognized. They realized that by coordinating their movements, they could direct the bubble towards home. But just when they thought they were getting the hang of it, a sudden gust of wind sent them swirling. They clung to each other, laughing and shrieking as they spun in loops. Once the wind settled, Ellie had a light bulb moment. "Bubbles need air to float. What if we let some of the air out through a tiny hole? It might gently bring us down." Noah nodded, and they decided to work together. Ellie carefully traced a tiny scratch with her pencil, just enough to let out a whisper of air without bursting their bubbly ride. As the bubble began to descend slowly, they could see their grandpa's workshop coming back into view, their hearts filled with relief and joy. With a soft plop, the bubble landed them safely in the yard. The shimmering membrane finally popped in a shower of glitter, and Ellie and Noah tumbled out, giggling and breathless. In the afterglow of their adventure, they realized that the friendship and teamwork between them was incredible. From that day on, they cherished not just the wondrous sights they had seen, but also the joy of exploring the unknown together as siblings. And from that day, Bubbleton's skies remained open for imagination, giant bubbles and endless sibling adventures.